In fact, a two-part beef involving Alvy. One, when he doesn't use protection. Just kidding, bro.
Dude.
Now, my real beef with Alvy is when he brings the gigantic triple level tower of beef into the studio and drops it right on top of the billboard that I'm supposed to read about the tower of beef. Come on, bro. Every time I pull that thing out, it rips. This guy's going to set the tone. Similarly, a beef with Alvin. My beef is with Alvy for not posting the playlists that he bumps when coming back from breaks. Alvy, you can relate. The old lady and I would like to wrestle to some of those jazzy little numbers you play. So how about you give my Shazam a break so I can pin her to those bumps?
That is ridiculous.
Bruno in the Bay. What's your answer, Bruno? He thinks that is ridiculous.
That is ridiculous.
Chris in Fonde. Jim, I've got a real beef. My beef is with Dip the Whole Chip guy. There is only one bowl of this queso for everyone at this party, and you just ate half of it with 3 tortilla chips. Slow down, fat ass.
Fat.
Jimmy, my beef is with this NFL breaking news getting smashed in my face every day, all day. I am going back to my Razor flip phone and rooftop antenna. Who the hell cares? Sammy in H-Town. I don't know, Sammy. My favorite team is Team Content. I do love it, but it can be overwhelming. Sometimes you want to go backwards, right? Sometimes you want to lose the smartphone and go back to the flip phone or even the Razor. Or, dude, just turn your phone off. Jim, my beef is with one of the school's local radio announcers. During our first-round March Madness game, he referred to a Texas Tech player's scoring, saying, he's got a pair. I certainly hope so. Greg in H-Town. I don't know, dude. Not everybody does. I was watching. Oh, man, it was so amazing. I digress. I'll tell you who doesn't have a pair. I was watching, was it 48 Hours or Dateline or 2020 on one of my favorite topics ever. Those absolute kooks from Heaven's Gate. Oh, man. You can't get enough. 20 years after the fact, Diane Sawyer was breaking it down. They had done a 2-year deep dive. They found a bunch of tapes and documentation, and they found a couple of people who were a part of the cult willing to talk about it. Why am I mentioning this? Because as part of that cult, they went castration so they wouldn't have urges. And not only did they go castration, they went and let one of the leaders of the cult do the castrating. Insane. And they went into some warehouse and did it. And hung up these signs that said, like, hospital room. Like, weirdest stuff ever. So when you say, yeah, hello, who doesn't? Them. Before they lie down in their black Nikes. Waiting for the mothership. Man, I could do not only a show on that, I could do shows. I could do nothing but that for the rest of my life. And I'd be fascinated. Anyway, Jim, my beef is with... you imagine letting one of your coworkers castrate you? Yeah, no. Alvy, I got an idea. Hey, Jim, my beef is with TV show laugh tracks. If a show is actually funny, I don't need to be prompted to laugh. The punchline certainly is not going over anybody's head. If I wanted to hear fake laughter, I would tell my wife a joke. Jay-Z in Minneapolis. Hey, Rome, I've got a beef. It's with the guy on my flight that tried taking both armrests. I understand that you have 2 arms, and you want both of them. But hey, bag. Everyone knows there is an unwritten rule. 1 armrest per person. Aaron in Iowa. What can I say, man? That is a bully move. That's a I don't give a damn move. That's a I'm doing it because I know you're not doing anything about it move. Dude, I know he encroached in your leg space too. I know he ate your peanuts as well. You know why? Because you let him do all these things. Because he could. I know you put your drink on his tray. Hey, Van Smack. Yeah, that guy was probably like, hey, man, are you using those earphones? No, you're not. Hey, Van Smack. My beef is with places, mostly in the suburbs, that are unnecessarily wordy to sound fancier. For example, the shops with 2 P's at Riverdale Acres, or the club at Douche Station. Makes me want to gag. Casey in New Hampshire. Unwore tourist traps that use house, H-A-U-S, instead of a house. Hey, Van Smack, my beef is the same dude I've run across at the grocery store, the hardware store, and the Chinese takeout place wearing no shoes or socks of any kind. Nobody wants to see your dirty, nasty feet, you dumbass. This is Raleigh, North Carolina, not Bedrock, you jerk. Wayne in Raleigh. Dear Jim, my beef is with my cat, who likes to come into my office and stare at me. I've already fed her, and yet she still does this every day. I'm like, dude, what do you want? There is plenty to do that she doesn't need me for, such as taking a nap, looking out the window, and fantasizing about shredding a bird or a rabbit, licking her own ass. But the staring is getting creepy. Thanks, man. Mike in Madison. Shaggy Mack tweets, yo, tan smack. I got beef with the dude at the gas station who thinks that rush hour is the time to invest his life savings into scratch-offs and lotto draws. Yo, dude, there are 10 people behind you in line. Gamble at the casino like an adult, you bag. Yeah, no, we all hate that guy. I understand. We all want to win. Just be more timely about it. Patrick writes, Yimmy, my beef is with clones, not searching Twitter to see if another clone has already sent the same take. This one says, my beef is with you, Radio Man. The fact that you would drop everything to go have a beverage with the Mamba, but Bobby Plant asks you to come hang out and listen to Tales of Rock and Roll Debauchery, and you big league him to watch a midweek Oriole Blue Jay game. No! Patrick in Alabama, dude, there's not a day in my life that I don't beat myself up over that. Man, why do you got to pile on? You're right. You're right. It was one of the worst decisions of my life. I will always regret it. Hi, Jim. I have a beef with people who sit in front of me at church and have massive amounts of dandruff on their shoulders. I try to blow it off, but sometimes the dry chunks from their scalps don't budge, and I'm forced to look at it until communion. Sarah T., that is disgusting, Sarah. That is revolting. And that can't be true. That is gross. Strapman 71 tweets, I have a beef with sports talk shows that refuse to drop the double-jointed thumbs alarm at least twice per segment. Albie? That is the double-jointed thumb alarm. It's a real thing. Hey. All right, that's once. How's that? Romeo Void. What's my beef? What's my beef? Come on, man. Signed Baker Mayfield. Mick in the 216. Baker's head has got to be spinning. Less than a year and a half ago, this guy was the guy. If there was a commercial on TV, he was in it. And now my man has like no place. I'm not even talking about QB1. I'm like talking about a job anywhere. It's wild. Hola, Jim. My beef is with the city of Cleveland. It is a trash city with trash teams and a delusional population that for some reason thinks that they're relevant. Newsflash, losers. Nobody outside of Northeast Ohio cares about you. Enjoy your new alleged sex predator at QB. Scott in San Antonio. Non-weakling.
It's all factories.
Hey, Jim, my beef is with the losers who emphatically clap after seeing a movie in theaters. I'm sure the Hollywood millionaires on screen are so thankful for your sincere applause. Do you clap when the waitress gets your order right too, or your Amazon delivery guy's on time? And just shut up and let us leave the theater quietly. Tim in Albany. I'm with that guy. I've never understood that. Clapping after a movie. I mean, why don't you just get up and tell whoever you're with, like, thumbs up, thumbs down. Loved it, hated it. I agree. Ken and SA. My beef is walking into a unisex bathroom and someone has just destroyed it. And you hold your breath so you can finish peeing. Then you walk out and a hot chick is waiting to walk in. And you want to tell her that was not me. I didn't do that. I just had to pee. Ken, why don't you grow the hell up? Come on, man. That's one of the. That's not only one of the worst beefs ever. It's the worst beef ever. Come on, dude. Don't act like, quote, you want to tell the hot chick that was not me. I just went in there to pee. Hey, can we get bathroom humor out of this segment? Here we go. I like this. Again, I like the beef in response to an earlier beef. That I do like. Hey, Rome, my beef is with anti-laugh track guy. This guy has obviously never seen Mr. Roper mug to the camera and laugh at his jokes along with the laugh track on Three's Company. Laugh tracks are fine. Get over it. Chad from Orlando. Here's another one. I like beefs in response to beefs. This guy writes, my beef is with the beta dudes that whine when I take both armrests on my flight. That's weak, dude. Come on. Just use your armrest. You don't get them both. And his response will be, the plate. Who does the plate belong to? Whoever takes it. Right? Who does the plate belong to? Whoever takes it. The pitcher or the batter. Who do the armrests belong to? Whoever takes them. And finally, Larry, my beef is with my boss who waits until the beef segment to come into my office to blabber on about nothing in particular. Come on, Pops. Can't this BS wait until the commercial breaks? Hashtag, what's my beef? Let's go to the phones. Dom in Erie, PA. Dom, what's your beef?
Hey, Jim. My beef is with the nerds in the band at the March Madness tournament. Why do these kids who don't know much about the sport get the best seats in the house while Sister Jean, who's handicapped, has to sit up in the rafters? You know, I'm surprised I haven't seen Brad and Corona in the band section yet. I heard he was California's skin flute champ in '97.
That's not a good call. No. You don't like that call. I don't like that call. Not a very good call.
There is no part of that I'm going to respond to for obvious reasons, especially the band part. Damn near wrecked my career back in the day. Let's go to San Diego. Diane in San Diego. Diane, what's your beef?
Hi, Jim. My beef is with my husband because every time you run somebody, he has to walk around the damn house saying, I don't like that call. That's not a very good call. I don't like that call. It's not a very good call. And it drives me crazy.
I got you, Diane. It's jungle Tourette's. You know, we all have it. I don't really like the phrase jungle Tourette's, but what it refers to is when something happens, you immediately have a jungle-related response. That's what that is. It's a real thing. Even I do it. Let's try St. Louis. Todd in St. Louis. You made it in, Todd. What's your beef?
We need a pill for jungle Tourette's, Jim. Here's my beef. People who say naked instead of naked. Also, HOF sports talk show hosts who say be a myth when the word is behemoth. Mother, father, get things right, people. Improve those cunning linguistics. Pull that finger back.
That's not a good call. No. You don't like that call.
I don't like that
I love a
call.
guy correcting people on word choice and then ending it with that and thinking it's going to be all right. Linguist. Is it worth one more or not? Do we walk off on that terrible note? Chalk, your indecision does not work for me. Now we're done. All right. It worked. Overall, the callers never work. You know how I always say saying something sucks is not a take? You callers suck in that segment. You really do. The social media aspect is much better. So who won that segment?